Okay, here is day 5, lesson 5, the second page. We're now going to learn how to convert any unit to any other unit, whether they be metric or English or anything else. In this corner here of the second page, we have a bunch of conversions that will help us out. Here are the steps. Step number 1, write the given amount as a fraction over 1. Step number 2, multiply by a fraction with the old unit on the bottom and the new unit on the top. Number 3, put in numbers to make the top equal to the bottom. Number 4, multiply numbers on top and divide any number on the bottom below. Now that might seem a little bit confusing, but we'll get it when we do some examples here. Number 1, we have 3.2 kilometers, and we want to convert that to meters. Now remember, 3.2 kilometers, that's sort of like 3 miles. Not really, but we're talking about a long distance. And so we'd expect to have lots and lots and lots of little meters. So let's figure this out. We write down what we're given, the 3.2 kilometers, as a fraction over 1. And then we multiply by a new fraction. On the bottom is the old unit kilometers that we don't want anymore. On the top is the unit of meters that we do want. Then we put in the numbers. We think to ourselves, how many meters equals how many kilometers? And you should know that there's 1,000 to 1 kilometer. Then we can see that the kilometers are going to cancel out. Just like in an algebra problem where x's on top and bottom cancel, so do the units. So kilometers on top and kilometers on bottom are going to cancel. We then multiply the top numbers, 3.2 times 1,000, divide by the ones on the bottom, which doesn't do anything at all. But multiplying the top, we get 3,200, and the meters remain. Nothing canceled out the m's, so the m stays, and there's our answer. Problem number 2, we want to convert 7 meters into kilometers. Now 7 meters, that's kind of small. That's only like 7 yards. Kilometers, that's huge. So we're going to have just a tiny fraction of a kilometer with 7 meters. So let's figure this out. We write down what we're given, 7 meters, and we put it over 1. That's step 1. Step 2, multiply by a fraction with meters on the bottom to cancel out the old unit meters, and then the new unit on top, kilometers. And then we put in the numbers. We know that 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Now over here we had the 1,000 on top. Over here we have the 1,000 on the bottom. The reason for the switch is because we have meters on the bottom. We know that 1,000 of these tiny meters is 1 kilometer. Over here we had the 1,000 with the meters as well, and the 1 with the kilometer. So make sure that you have the big number with the right unit, the tinier unit. It is not always the case that the big number goes on top. Some people think that. That is wrong. Sometimes the big number's on the bottom. Okay, so here, the m's are going to cancel out, just like x's in algebra class, leaving just kilometers as part of our answer. Multiply numbers on top, 7 times 1, divide by the numbers on the bottom, divide by 1,000, and you get 0.007. Next one, we want to convert 10,000 feet to miles. So we write down what we're given as a fraction over 1. Multiply by another fraction. With the old unit on bottom, we want to get rid of feet. The new unit on top, miles. So now our feet are going to cancel out, leaving miles with our answer. Multiply numbers on top, 10,000 times 1. Divide by the numbers below, 5,280, and that gets us the 1.89 miles. You might be wondering, where in the world did I get the 5,280? Well, that came from up here somewhere. And that's the end of the second page.